Puff would go out and party, and I would be in the studio writing the records.
Put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and them. Like, damn.
That's a setup. They was setting that boy up, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's a funny game y'all playing behind the scenes, so when people see me, they just see me turned up. They just see me agitated. They just see me aggressive, but they don't know why.
In the 90s, Bad Boy Records was one of the most successful labels in the hip-hop industry, thanks to the vision and leadership of Sean Diddy Combs. But according to former Bad Boy artist Mase, there was a side to Diddy that struck fear into the hearts of his own artists. Mase recently opened up in an interview about Diddy's behavior when he got drunk, revealing that even the most confident of artists would be intimidated by his unpredictable behavior. So what exactly happened when Diddy got drunk, and how did it affect the dynamic of Bad Boy? Mase gave us an inside look, so stay tuned for some red-hot revelations. Well, we have all been familiar with how Diddy reacts when he gets drunk. He loses his sanity, and when Diddy is drunk, he will say and do things that can be considered more than strange compared to the things he does when he's sober. However, the situation has now become 10 times more severe, with quite a number of celebrities now divulging the reasons why they are afraid of intoxicated Diddy. During the mid-1990s, the Bad Boy record was one of the dominant forces in the music industry. All hail to musicians such as the late and great Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, Craig Mack, and of course Mase. Mase was one of the most prominent stars to be associated with the Bad Boy record label, owned by Puff Daddy. But in the early 2000s, he left the band due to the bizarre behavior of Diddy, not only with him, but with the other known artists of the band too.
Suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and them. Like, damn.
A steady stream of hits from Bad Boy Records stormed dance floors and radio stations at their peak time. In addition, Diddy's proteges ruled the TV airwaves with flashy videos that featured lots of explosions and shiny suits.
Even Bad Boy, compare the Only You video to Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. And then Bad Boy sets the tone so early.
But there were murky things going on behind the bright curtain, and rumors were flying about how Diddy treated his musicians.
Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere.
A ludicrously high percentage of Bad Boy musicians died young, went bankrupt, or spent significant time behind bars as the years passed.
He said, the objective of Bad Boy is to kill talent.
Also, a disproportionate percentage of Diddy's former musicians have abandoned their careers to devote themselves to religion. But the question is, why? Craig Mack and Mase were the inaugural recording artists for Bad Boy Records. Mack's career seemed to be trending upwards, but then it rapidly declined. His career may have been doomed from the outset, according to skeptics. But nobody knows till date that the biggest reason behind all this was Diddy, who pushed Craig Mack aside when he found the Notorious B.I.G. For that, he even tried to kill Craig.
I'm not going to be sitting here going in the studio all night, every night, busting my ass, and I ain't seeing nothing from it.
Well, Craig Mack's physical appearance was also a problem, as he was the punchline of ugly comments in hip-hop media his whole life. And this was literally too rude for Mack to handle. The public even bashed him for his race, and it was all due to Diddy, because Diddy never came to defend Craig as he got his other target, Biggie. Another factor that matters here is Diddy's concept for commercially viable rap was something that Mack was hesitant to embrace. Diddy's obscene gay parties, his wild drinking, and even his controlling the artists were all unacceptable to Mack. Mack went against Diddy, and this is where his downfall started. And helplessly, he finally left Bad Boy Records. Not only that, he further claimed that someone was trying to kill him and said, I caught a couple of threats, a couple of passers-by in the streets. We all get a clue here that Diddy was behind those foul threats. But this incident definitely fulfilled Diddy's greed, and he made Biggie one of the most notorious rappers in the music industry. But Craig Mack was not someone who could sit silently and see the things going wrong. He decided to reappear in public through a video release by the Overcomer Ministry, a secretive Christian group in South Carolina that's been labeled a cult by former members. Here you can see Craig Mack in action at the ministry.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Craig Mack.
And what did you used to do when you was in the world?
Wickedness.
Oh, okay. And what are you doing now?
Righteousness.
Did you see how energetic Craig was? But evil Diddy tried his very best to ruin him. After these strange occurrences, people started talking about Bad Boy Curse, in which they discussed the reasons for leaving the band of every Bad Boy record artist. But in the case of Mase, it was very hard for the people to accept the truth. Not only that, but the speculation regarding Mase's sudden departure from Bad Boy also stirred up a storm of controversy. And everyone started doubting how a 19-year-old rapper named Mase decided one day to wake up and say, you know what, I want to get out of this and be a minister. Some people were not even convinced of Mase's reasons for leaving. Puffy does not let people out of their contracts so easily. Claims a Bad Boy insider, he had Mase under contract for a long time. You let somebody walk into your office and say, I don't want to be under contract no more, and you just say, okay, go ahead. I think Mase had something over him, some little secret that Puffy did not want to get out, and he used it as a bargaining chip to get out of that record deal. On this incident, fans also showed rage toward Diddy. One said, sad thing is that with all that talent and those hits, Bad Boy could have been unstoppable and bigger than Def Jam. Puffy's greed and determination to keep his own artists from eating is catching up to him. We see him abusing alcohol a lot more, and he's spiraling. Not to mention, all of his secrets are illuminating. His time is surely coming. Hence, we can say that there's no limit to Diddy's evilness when he is tipsy. Despite Mase's departure from Bad Boy, things between the two remained relatively amicable for a considerable amount of time, at least up until the time of the 2020 Grammy Awards. If you remember, Diddy gave a statement on the Grammy stage and said, I'm being honored by the industry that I love, the family that I love, but there's an elephant in the room, and it's not just about the Grammys. There's discrimination and injustice everywhere. Well, Diddy's statements may have struck a chord with a number of artists, but Mase was not one of them.
I felt like I did more than I got credit for, more than I got paid for.
Not only this, but Mase also revealed that he never got the required respect and pay from Diddy that was rightfully his. And here's the proof of it.
I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here, nigga? I'm not here.
After this, Mase then came forward to disclose the news about his efforts to regain his publication from the collaborator on Mo Money Mo Problems via his Instagram account. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely, starved your artist, and been extremely unfair to the very same artist that helped you obtain that Icon Award on the iconic Bad Boy label. He said, for example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago in which you gave me $20,000, which makes me never want to work with you as any artist wouldn't after you know someone is robbing you and tarnishing your name when you don't want to comply with a horrendous business model. But there is much more to consider here because Mase recently opened up about Diddy's behavior when he got drunk, revealing that even the most confident artists would be intimidated by his unpredictable behavior. You might know about how Usher was forced to keep a creepy relationship with Diddy and was forced to sleep with him.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
Usher's future as a prominent figure in the R&B industry was predicted from him from an early age. Usher's musical abilities as a teenager wowed L.A. Reid, an executive at a recording label, and led to the creation of his one-of-a-kind educational experience, which came to be known as Puffy Flavor Camp. After that, he was sent to New York City to live with Puffy during the peak of Bad Boy Records so that he could have a first-hand look at what it was like to truly become successful in the music industry.
It was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
This was something that Usher mentioned as he was mentioning some of the most prominent figures in the hip-hop industry who were regulars at Puffy's residence that also included artists from Bad Boy 2.
It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried.
Then CEO of LaFace Records disclosed that Diddy persuaded him to keep the teenager Usher to the label when he was considering removing the singer. He said, I wanted to drop him. I wanted to be out of business with him. I broke his heart. I broke his mother's heart. It was a very tough period in both our lives. He added, then someone said to me, don't be a fool. Don't sell your stock in Usher. He's still going to be a star. He's everything you thought he was the day you signed him. And that person was Diddy. And here one of Usher's supporters said, all evil comes to an end. Goodness will forever be above evil. Well, Usher is not the sole victim of Diddy's evil encounters, and this is not the only evil act he can perform while he's drunk. Diddy's such a violent dude who can even kill someone when he's totally drunk and wasted. Until now, we know nothing about the murder of Biggie, but here are some heart-wrenching revelations about this incident also. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, has stated that the Notorious B.I.G. killer did not kill him in a drive-by shooting, but rather waited for him all night.
I don't give a fuck if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change.
According to the FBI report, Wallace was a passenger in a Chevrolet Suburban when a Chevy SS Impala drove up to them at a red light, and the driver opened fire. Wallace had just left a party at the Peterson Automotive Museum, and after him, Diddy also left the party all drunk and wasted. As Diddy was drunk, he couldn't drive the car. Deal drove the car that night. What is more shocking here is that Deal himself claimed to the FBI that at the time of the incident, his and Diddy's car was behind Biggie's car.
That's a setup. They was setting that boy up, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, is there any limit to Diddy's evilness? He even killed a person for whom he killed Craig. He is one disgusting creature who couldn't even keep his sanity when he was drunk and even ended up killing his own artists. And Mase was aware of Diddy's ever-disgusting secret and reality behind a smiling face. And what demised artist couldn't say, Mase is the one who gave voice to their words. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.